So this is Archon mode, and what this allows us to do is you're playing the game, but so am I. We're sharing the same base. So I can keep the things at bay for a little while, and then I have further view of what you're doing. It's kind of cool. Boop. So how this works is like the first Overlord, or I call him Timmy. We're going to move Timmy across the map, and I'm going to find a spot for him to sit, like the little cliff right there, and then he's just going to go there. And you see how from the hatchery I'm moving the rally point all over the place? I'm going to move it right to the edge of the ramp, and then as you're making your drones, and I'll do the extractor trick for you. There you go, and then I hit cancel, and now we're at 1514. And then our next one is going to be Overlord, which I already queued up, and I'm going to send him to our little pillar thing. And then I'm going to add the hatchery to control 1 by simply grabbing it and then right-click the box. I also like to add it to 0 in the event that we disbind or disbound group 1. It happens. And then about your first 200 minerals will get the spawning pool, and the next 300 will get the expansion. And then when that spawning pool gets about half done, we'll get a gas geyser. And as soon as this little drone becomes a hatchery, I'll rebind it to 2. So now we have 2 active hatcheries up. We have the spawning pool being made in about 2 seconds here. Here we go. Go ahead and make a gas geyser. Perfect. And then the whole time we're just constantly hitting 1 Q for larva and then holding Q down for drone. And every time a larva comes up, it'll be made into a drone, and then we get our money going, right? Because we want to get 16 workers at the main. A little more than that, actually, because we're going to be having gas here shortly. And I'll roll poop and poop. So now we have gas coming in. We got larva being made into drones, and then we're going to make a queen. And then every larva after spawning pool comes up is going to be Zerglings for defense. It's not too hard, right? It looks daunting, but it's not. And we're watching our gas. It's at 76, 80 right now, 84, 88, 92, 96, 100, and metabolic boost. The next 50 gas is going to be the Baneling nest. Make another queen down here, and then we'll take the queen, and I like to move her up to about here, and then inject. We'll make another queen, and another queen, and then we'll keep making a few Zerglings. Oh, wow. And our next 50 gas is Baneling. Boom. Just like that. And now everything from here on out is either drones or Zerglings based on what's going on. So if we're not being attacked, drone. If we are being attacked, Zerglings. Right? Makes sense. The new queens come out. One babysits the hatchery at all times and injects. The new ones are going to be added to control group 2. And we're going to place creep tumors down. And I'll put her to the edge of creep. She will act as defense. No, she can't go down the ramp when the tumor's being built. It's kind of weird, I know. But here we go. Go down. And we're just going to keep making drones, keep injecting. And then every new queen that pops is going to be our babysitting the creep tumors. More overlords required. And then it's like at this point, our next phase is to go up in technology. So we'll go, the natural hatchery will go to layer. And we'll continuously make drones. So we're supply caps, so we'll make some overlords, and I'll just send them across the map to go perch on cliffs and stuff. We can also get the Overlord speed upgrade, or I can never pronounce this. Premiumitized Carapace, which makes the Overlords go faster. It's from the hatcheries upgrades. It's like this constant little, every, I think it's 35 seconds or so, you gotta inject. It's kind of annoying, but you get used to it. If you have problems with injecting, is something I like to do is I'll grab a drone and I'll put another hatchery up in the main base, and it'll be the macro hatchery. So this will be our extra larva in case we miss an inject. Oop, there we go. So we're doing pretty good right now. We got our economy, we got banelings coming up right now. We're getting good on injects. The queen at the main base can also inject the new hatchery that's coming up. We just go out periodically and we look at our creep tumors and we spread them around. Make sure the queens are making new creep tumors with their energy. I like to split them up a little bit so they get each side of the map. There we go. And then we'll go natural to lair. And I'll get both gases. And then we'll get the last gas in the main base. And we're just going to keep making drones. And usually it's about 3 minutes in or so, but we're going to be a little bit later on this. It's fine. I'll get another hatchery, so they'll get into our third base. There's just a lot of little repetitive actions over and over again. Build drones, build queens. If queens are up, use creep queens to make tumors. New bases come up with new money. Since we're not being attacked, it's all economic focus. More or less. So it's all just a little bit of kind of back and forth. If there's too many workers on the main, I'll move them down to like take the gas on the natural. And this is all it is, just a little back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The next step is, what is our tech choice? And our tech choice is going to be determined on what we see. So I'm going to send a Zergling, and I like to do a shift move. So I'll shift move it to each of the mineral piles, and I can do this from the mini-map, so I don't actually have to physically move my camera there. And then I'll send one Zergling into his main base. So there's one going left, there's one going right, there's one going right down the middle. So nothing right. And one random SV left. No base up here. So bio, Marine Marauder, a couple Reapers in there. There's a Ghost, surprisingly enough. So this means Zergling Baneling. And we're on the right track because that's what we did, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the next thing is, what did we add to Zergling Baneling? In this case, it's Mutalisk, and I'm going to put down the Spire down in the natural base right behind the gas geyser. So we have 4 gases going. We're perfect for building mutas, but because we went to lair tech, we also have to look at our upgrades. So right now, we don't have Baneling speed. So we'll go to the Baneling's nest and then research centrifugal hooks, or whatever the hell they're called. And I'll put a spore crawler down in the mineral line of each base, just as safety's sake. The third base is now up, so I can take all my hatcheries, and then I can right-click on the mineral pile, and all my new workers will go to that base. So I can build a round of drones, for example, and they'll go there. I'll build a queen for the base. Or sometimes I use creep queens that are not doing anything. But most of the time I just build a new queen, because why not? And this is just constantly spreading creep. any new hatcheries that come up for new bases. We make workers for, right? And I'll make another spore crawler. So we're basically set. So we hear the little scream from the mutalisks for the Aspire, right? So the one thing I like to do is I'll grab all my hatcheries, hit Q, and then I'll hold down S, and I'll make a bunch, and then I will control-click the eggs, and then add them to a group. So I have 20 mutalisks coming, and then I'll switch their rally points from the eggs somewhere on the map that I know they'll be safe, like my main base or something like that. And that way, when they all pop out, they're in a group. Oop, there's a lot of Terran crap coming. So I see enemies coming, so I'm immediately going to build Overlords because I'm supply cap, but I'm also going to build a bunch of Banelings and Zerglings. And then I'm going to go. We're going to run past, and then I'm going to attack. And just like that, no more evil Terran. They're all dead. And so the mutas, because they're on a control group, they're separated, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go up towards the top, about right here, and then I'm going to go into their base. And mutas are squishy, and they're very expensive. So what we're going to do with them is, once they're up there, we're going to go in, and we're going to try to kill as many workers as we can. We're going to try to get rid of as many production structures. As there's a missile tower, we're going to get rid of it. Here's one right here. You see a fusion core. It's a priority structure. I'm going to get rid of it. And then I'm going to run past. I'm going to attack, move. Going to pop some workers. Going to fly up here. Oh, 2 missile towers. Going to get rid of them. Oh, 3 Raven. And then I'm going to kill all the workers. Oh, here comes the army. Going to run away. Going to get this guy building missile tower so I can come back in. Going to fly down here. Get this missile tower. Going to get this missile tower. And I'm just going to cause havoc. And I'm going to get all these workers. Kill them all. Yes, 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 yes. And then I'm going to wait for his army to come down here until I start seeing a Marine. And here's the army. I'm going to fly right back in the main base again. And I'm just going to keep doing this until he runs out of workers or I get pushed out. Most low-level players will die to this level of harassment.
Yeah, that's what happens to me, kinda.
Because this is hard to deal with. There's a missile tower. I'm just going to, like, ignore it and focus on the... Because the mutas attacks bounce, I can actually hit the structure, and then they'll hit the SCVs. Take that add-on off. I don't want to engage his army, so I'll fly back home. So that right there would have won us the game, simply because we have done so much damage. I'm going to go back home, grab all the queens, do a bunch of shift injects. So that way our larva count doesn't go down, right?
Yeah.
Make some more Banelings, more Zerglings, more Banelings. And now if he does counterattack, which he probably will, we're ready for it. And I can get fire armor, I can grab 2 drones, and we can make our little defense wall here of 2 Evo chambers and a spine crawler. Usually you do this much earlier, but slow. It's fine. And I'm going to take some of these overlords and make them into overseers for cloaked units, banshees, and stuff like that. Usually I only make about 4. And then I can increase my muta numbers, my Zergling numbers, a few overlords thrown in the corner of the map somewhere. And that's it. And let's say I want to go to Hive. So I need the infestation pit to do that. And I just simply drop that while I'm doing everything else. So it's just a little out of little tiny things that you worry about, but you're watching your opponent and what they're doing at the same time. But right now, we're at an army that's almost maxed. I'll get the last bit of supply. And then I'll show you a cool trick. But it's all just this lot of moving around. We'll go to Hive off the lair. So as soon as I get... Alright, I'm at max supply. I'm at 200, 200, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this very quickly because I don't have a lot of time here. I'm going to grab the excess workers in the main base, and I'm going to make a bunch of spine crawlers. You're like, why are you making a bunch of spine crawlers? So I can go back to my supply, build a bunch of mutas, and I can cancel. Now we're at 203 supply. So Zerg can go over the supply barrier. And that's it for the Terran. They lost their army, they lost the game. I'm at max supply, so there's nothing he can do. And I'm just going to go kill him, more or less. If I lost some Banelings, I can always grab some Zerglings and just make Banelings right in his face. The Corruptors, I mean not the Corruptors, the Observers have that Contaminate ability, so I can like shut down his production while I'm doing the assault. Drop some Changelings, why not? And that's it, I basically win. It's just A move click, or spacebar click for attack move, and that's it, that's all we do. And then I could also take my rally points from my hatcheries and then replace any dead Zerglings and then send them across the map to kill the opponent. And that's all it is. It's just endless tide of Zerglings and Banelings and Mutas. Until you win. But the AI should give up any moment.
Swarm forces under attack. Mineral field exhausted.
Yep, GG. So there you go. More or less. Yep. I should hit score screen. There we go.